and I found you at the right time. You're running my mind. Oh, no, it's been a long time. Oh, I've been searching for a long time. Glad that I found you at the right time. Oh, you're running my mind. I can't lose this loving, this loving, this loving. Don't wanna lose this loving, this loving, this loving. I can't lose this loving, this loving, this loving. Don't wanna lose this loving, this loving, this loving. I see what I've been missing. Been through many seasons, but I never found the person.
Hello, welcome to Conjugal Bliss. I am Dr. Priscilla Ashonibare. Thank you for joining us. We are going to be continuing our discussion on gratitude in marriage. Gratitude in marriage. Last week we spoke about the fact that first and foremost, you have to be grateful to God for your life. You have to be grateful to Him for everything He's done for you, because He expects you. He expects you to do what? To give thanks. Remember when Jesus healed the 10 lepers and only one came back to give thanks. He said, "Where are the 9?" So I hope you're not one of the 9. Make sure you are the one that is coming to give thanks. And in the same way that we said that gratitude had been shown to have positive effect on a person's well-being, in the same way it has positive effect on the relationship between husband and wife. And that is why we want to look into gratitude in marriage, because one area in particular where a regular gratitude practice can make a difference is in marriage. In marriage, yes, that is where it can make a lot of difference. So let me ask you this question. How often do you really stop to think about the things that are working in your marriage? How often do you stop to be grateful for that person that you are married to? How often do you stop to express your gratitude to your spouse? Number one, how often do you stop to thank God for the marriage? How often do you thank God for the person you are married to? And how often do you also express your gratitude to your spouse? Yeah, it is easy to complain. It is easy to go and report your spouse to your friend, to your relatives, to tell them what is not working, to grumble, to murmur, to nag sometimes and say, "You've not done this, you're not doing this, this is what you're doing wrong," and even sometimes to finger point, to pass the blame for what is not going well in the family. But let me ask you again, are you grateful to God for that marriage? Are you expressing your gratitude to your spouse? Because if you continue to focus on the negative aspect of your marriage, there will be a lot of problem. If you focus on what your spouse is not doing, then there will be a lot of problem, anger, resentment, and hard feelings. You'll be hurt in the relationship. Now, I remember we always like to take our spouses for granted. Okay, let me give this example. I remembered when I got married, I had to stop schooling. Okay, I was in the higher institution because we had to go to the Philippines as missionaries then. So I had to leave school and join my husband. And when we got to the Philippines, after having 1 and 2 children, my second child, my husband said, "Okay, no, let's stop. You go back to school." So I went back to school, and before then, whenever he comes home, when I was still at home, not in school, sometimes he would come and say, "What is happening? What happened to this house? Why is this not here?" Why is forgetting that we had 2, young children who were toddlers, And so when I now went back to school and he was left alone with the children, one day when I came back, I believe he couldn't hold himself anymore. He said, "No, I have to, apologize for all those times that I've been complaining when I come back home and the house is not the way it's supposed to be. It's not tidy enough. Maybe a biscuit there, a toy there." Because he said, because now that I have to stay with the children, I can see that they are a handful. So you should practice gratitude in your family. Oh yes, Familiarization will breed contempt. It makes you move past initial admiration of your spouse. It's familiarity will make you to focus more on the flaws of your spouse. It will fade away and wane and gradually erode that wow factor in your marriage. And this will affect the appreciation level that you have for your spouse. Appreciation will be fading away. Yes, the Bible said, Jesus said it. He said in Matthew 13:57, he said the prophet is not without honor except in his hometown. So because your spouse, because daily you see your spouse morning and night, he's there, she's there, waking up, sleeping, we just take each other for granted. No wonder there's this saying that says a chicken is more valuable outside the home. A chicken is more valuable outside the home. Okay. So don't take your spouse for granted. Don't just think that he will always be there, she will always be there, so you just ignore whatever they've been trying to put in, the effort, the sacrifices they're making to make the relationship work. No. Remember, there was a time when I was talking about the ingredients of a happy home, and I made mention of appreciation in passing. Okay, so we are going to be dealing with that in depth right now. Now, do you think it is easy to stay married to you? Ask yourself, is it easy to stay married to me? Maybe you should ask your spouse that question. Maybe that will help both of you to be able to say some of these things that will help you to be grateful for the other. Yeah. Is it easy to be married? Even if you've been married for just 6 months. Are there no marriages that, hit the rock after 6 months? Oh, yeah. Even if you just say, okay, we just only been married for 2 years. 2 years is a long time to stick with someone. Now imagine if you've been married for 5, for 10, for 15, and so on. Remember, you have weaknesses. Yes, you have weaknesses. And someone had decided to overlook your weakness. Just like the Bible says that love will cover a multitude of sin. Someone had decided to overlook your weakness, to tolerate you, yet you are taking that person for granted. No. You should honor the person who is tolerating you and sticking with you despite your weaknesses. I'm not talking of sin now. I'm talking of those tendencies to do things in ways that, is not acceptable with our spouses. Okay, those are the kinds of weaknesses I'm talking about. I'm not talking of sin at all. Do you also know that your spouse is not is not all that? Some people will say, hey, is it not this man? Forget it. Or is it not this woman? No, okay, let me tell you, that man that you are just taking for granted, that woman that you are just taking for granted, is somebody else's wish. It's somebody else's prayer point. Do you know that some people that would just say, I just want to be married? Do you even know what it means to be married? And there are some people that are looking at that your spouse, and they are in their heart, they are praying, oh, Father, when I get married, I want a man like this, my sister's husband. Oh, Lord, when I get married, I want a wife like this, my brother's wife, and they are using you as a yardstick to tell God the kind of wife or husband that they have. Yet you are just sitting there and thinking, who is this man? What kind of relationship is this? You're just looking at what is not breaking. Many people who have been married for a long time had at one time or the other contemplated about separation or divorce. Yeah, many people. So when you see people who had been married for a long time, it's not because everything was a bed of roses for them. No, even roses they have thorns. It is because they sat down and realized that the advantages of staying in the marriage outweighs the disadvantages that they have to go through, to endure. And that is why they are staying in the relationship. What I'm trying to say is there is no perfect marriage. That is just the summary. There is no perfect marriage. So stop looking at what is not working. Look at what is working and be grateful to God. Be grateful to your spouse. Research indicated that both the experience and the expression of gratitude in marriage has important function in maintaining the marriage. Let me come again. The experience and the expression of gratitude in marriage will help the marriage to last long. I think it's easier to understand that way. So when you make it a habit, you cultivate the attitude of gratitude in your marriage, it will help you to enjoy the marriage better. Feeling appreciative of one's spouse has been shown to lead to noticing new positive qualities in him or her. Okay, let me stop and say, I'm going to be enumerating some of the things that will happen that will help your marriage to be enjoyable, will help your marriage to last long, and will help you to have joy and happiness in that marriage, so you to enjoy the marriage. Okay, these are some of the things that will happen when you express your gratitude and you also experience gratitude in marriage. So the first thing is that when you express your gratitude, okay, to your spouse for what he or she is doing, by the time you are saying thank you for this thing, it will help you to begin to see other positive things your spouse had been doing. It will help you to see other positive qualities in your spouse. It will shift your focus from the negative to the positive in the marriage. And of course, it will help the marriage to get better. Another thing that expressing your gratitude to your spouse will do is it will help you to spend more time with your spouse. You begin to enjoy each other's company, because that is one of the things that is destroying marriages. There is no more experience of quality time together. Remember the last time we were talking about what will help love to be enough in marriage. We said one of it is one of those things that will help love to be enough, that will help your marriage to blossom, the love to blossom, is when you spend quality time. After all, it was that quality time that you were spending together that made you to decide that you are going to get married to that person. Okay, we are going to be explaining more, okay? But expressing your gratitude to your spouse will help you to spend more quality time together, which will translate into a more satisfying relationship. Another benefit is when you are more willing to, when you express your gratitude to your spouse, okay? It will help you to be more willing to compromise. Yes, it will now be a win-win thing. You'll be ready to agree to disagree. You'll be ready to yield. You'll be ready to give in. You'll be ready to sacrifice for your spouse. It's not going to be a hard thing for you to say yes to your spouse. It will just be something that would flow easily, because you are seeing your spouse as somebody who had been doing a lot to make life easier for you, who had been doing a lot to express his love or her love for you, who had been doing a lot to make you happy. So it will come easy for you. It will just naturally flow for you to sacrifice for your spouse. The reason many couples are uptight and they're not ready to do anything to please their spouse, that the Bible will say, it said, if you want to get married, then be ready to please your spouse. I'm just paraphrasing, okay? When Paul was saying that it's better if you're not married, just stay unmarried, because when you get married, you'll be looking for how to please your spouse. Yes, you're supposed to please your spouse. Husband is supposed to please the wife. Wife is supposed to please the husband. So the reason it's not easy for spouses to begin to look for ways to please each other is because they are not expressing their gratitude to each other. But when you start doing that, it will be easy, because feeling appreciative okay, leads to more marriage maintenance behavior, okay, and it will help you to be more committed to the marriage. Yeah, because you will see, oh, this person is doing everything to make the marriage work. So you too, you want to, it will bring you to be able to also contribute to making the marriage to work. Remember, Jesus asked, where are the nine? Where are the nine? He expected them to give thanks. In the same way, please don't be an ingrate to your spouse. You shouldn't be an ingrate to your spouse. Okay, let me give this example. Not too long ago, we thank God in my compound where we live, we have pawpaw trees. So we have abundant supply of pawpaw. So one day I just saw that, okay, while just stay and continue to consume this, let me bless my neighbor. So I sent someone, say, please, can you go and give, and the pawpaw was big. It was big. And I said, okay, can you please go and give this pawpaw to that neighbor? So he went, he gave the pawpaw to the neighbor, and coming back, I didn't hear anything. So I had to call him. I said, come, did you deliver the message? He said, yes, I did. Okay, so day 1, day 2, day 3, a week, 2 weeks, I did not hear anything. That neighbor did not even make mention of the fact that she received the pawpaw or not. Of course, if she didn't acknowledge the fact that she received it, how was she even say thank you? And do you now think that the next time I have pawpaw, I'm going to give to that same neighbor? No. I'll rather look for somebody else that will appreciate it. Okay, somebody else that will say, oh, thank you for the pawpaw. We are human. Remember, we are made in the image and the likeness of God. So if Jesus expected that when he healed the 10 lepers, they should come back to say thank you, then I think I'm just being like my God when I expect people to also say thank you when I've done something good for them. Yes, you say, don't mention, you're welcome. No, mention it. Yeah, mention it. Mention it to your spouse. Let your spouse know, I know you've done something good for me. Okay, so let's continue. The benefits of gratitude in marriage, that is what we are on right now. It will help with communication. Yes, because communication is the life wire of any relationship. Even God expects you to communicate with him. You know, when Jesus, the Bible said when he called the disciples, he called them to be with him. Remember, even God, after he created Adam and Eve, said it would come in the cool of the day. What was he doing? To come and fellowship, to communicate with them. Okay, so communication is very important in marriage. The reason marriages when they become a tussle, when they become difficult, it is when communication is not having its proper place in the relationship. Then there will be misunderstandings, there will be mind readings that will lead to conclusions that are not what it's supposed to be, and there will be conflicts, quarrels, hard feelings, anger, resentments, and all that, all because of there wasn't an effective communication. But when you express your gratitude, it will help your communication. It is one of the transformative yet overlooked ways to do what? To communicate more effectively. Gratitude. Yeah, gratitude in marriage will help your communication, and it will help your marriage to be maintained. The love will blossom again. Another benefit of gratitude in marriage, research has shown that expressing appreciation, gratitude regularly can strengthen the marriage. Yeah, it will strengthen your marriage through all these benefits. You have a stronger relationship that people will even begin to wonder, look at these people. It's as if they are more than couple. You know, there's sometimes when you see some couples, you look at them, you think, are these couples or their brother and sister? The way they talk, the way they play, the way they joke with each other, it's so nice. Okay, another benefit is it will help with relationship repair. Gratitude will help to repair your marriage. How? It will increase emotional resilience first. Okay, it will help you to be able to put up with your spouse, to tolerate your spouse. It will help you to overlook what he or she is not doing well, because you already know what he or she is doing well. Sorry. That is why when couples come for therapy, um, one of the first assignments that I give to them is I will tell the couple, okay, I've heard you, you've complained, and after that, okay, now the first assignment is between this week and next week, the next session. I want you to make a list of what you think your spouse had been doing well in the relationship. And I will tell them, okay, bring it to the next session. So, and by the time they come during the next session, you will just see that there's something different. There are even some times that even before giving it as an example, as an assignment, I will have said, okay, now let's hold it. When I see that the tension is high, when couples come for therapy, most times it is because the marriage is about to break, is about to hit the rock, okay? And thank God that those few, they come for therapy. So God, at least they wanted help. Okay, so when they come like that, you see them when they are seated, even in the reception, the husband will be sitting at the corner, the wife will be sitting at the different corner, and because from the reception, that is where the observation starts. Okay, and by the time they come in, you can see they are uptight, and the body language is saying, "Don't come close," and "I'm against you," things like that. So, but as soon as I tell them, okay, now I know this is what your spouse did to hurt your feelings and your expectations that were not met, blah, blah, blah. And I will now take them to, okay, now tell me, what is it that your spouse is doing well? Let me take an example of one of the recent client that I had. She told me, she said, no, okay, it was a wife I saw first. She was the one that spoke with me first. She said, I'm ready to quit this marriage. I've had enough, blah, 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 blah. And when I saw that, okay, she's as if 80% she'd made up her mind to quit the marriage. Maybe she was just coming to look for someone to tell her, okay, move. So I now told her, I said, okay, I've heard you. Now, can you just tell me 3 things that you think your husband is doing well? And by the time she said 1, she said 2, she said 3, and I tried to make her to expatiate on it. At the end, she now said, okay, now wait, okay, I think I'm ready to give my husband a second chance. So gratitude, just helping her to see that your husband is not all that bad. There's a part of him that is good. There's some things that he's doing well. She was able to go back into the marriage. So gratitude will serve as a relationship repair. It will repair your marriage. It will shift your focus from the weaknesses to the strength of your spouse. So let me ask you this question. Can you start by enumerating, listing, jotting down, mentioning those things that you think your spouse had been doing that had been helping the relationship, that have been helping your marriage, the positive aspects of your spouse, the strengths of your spouse, those things that he or she had been getting right? Can you start thinking of them and begin to express your gratitude to God first, then later to your spouse? Because this is very important. Number 1, it will help you as a person. It will shift your paradigm about your relationship. It will shift, it will change your perspective about your marriage. It will help you to have to look at your marriage using a different lens. Because most times when there's problem in the marriage, it's because the spouse might have been using a negative lens to see what is happening, magnifying the negative and minimizing the positive. But when you bring in gratitude will now do what? Would enlarge the positive aspect of your marriage and would, number 1, help you first. It will help how you feel about your marriage. It will help you to see the positive side of your marriage. And you now begin to be grateful that, yes, my marriage is not what I expect it to be. Yes, so many expectations, so many things my spouse is not doing. But for this little that your spouse is doing, can you begin to express your gratitude to your spouse for putting up with you? Even that is the first thing. For putting up with you for all these months, all these days, weeks, and years. Do you think you are all that? Do you think that you are perfect? No, you are not. So if somebody had been putting up with you, do you know how difficult it is to put up with someone every day, every day, every day, every day, every day? Even think of those that you just colleagues at the place of work. Maybe at most you spend just a few hours with them, but somebody that you wake up first thing in the morning, the last person you see, your life is revolving around the person, decision making, because when you are married, your life is intertwined. You shouldn't do without the other. So gratitude will help you to begin to not just take that person for granted, but to be grateful to God. So can you start with that? Remember, cultivating the attitude of gratitude will do what? Will increase your altitude. Thank you so much for joining us. We are discussing about gratitude in marriage. Make sure you join us again next week, because we are going to be continuing the discussion on this topic. And until I come your way again, God bless you.